Student Responsibility Guide Review, Office of Accessibility Services.
Welcome to this review of the Student Responsibility Guide for the Office of Accessibility Services. In this review, we will go over our accommodation process, professor notification, exam accommodation process, and reviewing the academic calendar. We will also cover some common questions we receive here at the Office of Accessibility Services.
Let's start by reviewing our accommodations process. One thing we hear from students a lot is the remark, "I can't remember how to get my accommodation letters."
Academic accommodations are implemented each new semester using a Letter of Accommodation, or LOA. For students to obtain the PDF files of their approved letters of accommodations each semester, the student will need to log into the Online Accessibility Services portal. The link for this portal can be found under Step B underneath the accommodation process on the Student Responsibility Guide. The students will then need to follow the steps for obtaining your letters of accommodations. Those steps are emailed after the initial orientation meeting. We will also go over those steps in a separate review video. Once the student has completed those steps, they will need to download their PDF of their LOAs and email them to the designated faculty member. College of Law students will need to email their LOAs to Dean Deborah Farringer. We encourage students to provide their LOAs to their course professors at the beginning of each semester, discuss the accommodation arrangements with their professor, and receive a signature on the LOA. This allows professors adequate time to arrange the accommodation. Once you have met with your professor and received a signature on the LOA, you will then need to return the signed LOA to the Office of Accessibility Services by emailing accessibility.services@belmont.edu. If you need assistance working through accommodation arrangements with a professor, please contact the Accessibility Services staff.
Next, we will go over professor notification. A common question we receive in our office from students is, how do I notify my professor of my accommodations?
To notify your professors of your accommodations, please email them your letters of accommodations and ask for a meeting to discuss your accommodations. Accommodations are not retroactive and begin only after the letter of accommodation is confirmed and signed by the professor. Students are encouraged to meet with their professors before or after class or during an agreed upon time or office hours to review their accommodations and sign the LOAs. Students that have difficulty making arrangements with a professor to get the approved accommodations in place should notify the Accessibility Services staff immediately to help resolve the concern.
Next, we will review the exam accommodation process. A common question we receive in our office is, I have exam accommodations. When should I take my exams?
To receive exam accommodations, the student and the professor must agree in advance on an arrangement that allows the student to start the exam before class and end at the regular class time, or begin the exam at the regular class time and stay later, or complete the exam at a different time, or complete the exam on a different day altogether. Students are not to miss another class in order to receive the exam accommodation, but are to receive the approved accommodation.
Finally, we will review important information regarding the academic calendar. One question we get from students is, what are the academic calendar deadlines that I should be aware of?
Students should take note of important withdrawal, WP, withdrawal passing, or WF, withdrawal failing, deadlines, as well as the academic advising and course registration deadlines. Add to your calendar a reminder mid-semester to schedule an academic advising meeting with your academic advisor to discuss the next semester course schedules. We will go over the academic calendar in more detail in a separate video.
Thank you for watching this review of the Student Responsibility Guide. Before we end, I wanted to leave you with a couple reminders. One, please remember to sign and send back the Student Responsibility Guide to accessibility.services@belmont.edu. Second, remember to meet with your professors about your LOAs, have those signed, and send them back to accessibility.services@belmont.edu. If you need further assistance or have additional questions, please feel free to reach out to us via phone at 615-460-6407 or by email at accessibility.services@belmont.edu. Our office is also located in the Beeman Student Life Center on the second floor in the Dean of Students office. We look forward to working with you.